Okay, let's get started. So welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. This is our live session for our virtual activities for summer 2021. We have three panelists here for our discussion with people in China. So I know that we're not able to physically travel right now, and usually summer it would be a great time to do so. And many of you may be interested in studying abroad in China, traveling to China, specifically Chengdu. So we'd like to go through and talk a little bit about what it's like to live in Chengdu, to visit from the perspective of people who are there right now, either from Chengdu originally or moved there recently. So let's have the three panelists introduce themselves. Do you want to go ahead and start, Sarah?
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah, and I'm originally from Leshan City, which is a city famous for the giant Buddha. But I came to study in Chengdu, long time ago for my bachelor, like college study. And after graduation, I've been living in Chengdu for more than, 10 plus years. Okay, yeah. And I'm working at G-MEO, Chengdu. So yeah, if you got a chance, welcome to Chengdu sometime in the near future. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Chenyu, do you want to go next?
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Chen Yuli, and my university is American University, and I'm junior for this year's. This is my first time came to G-MEO for summer and the fall programs. I'm very glad to know all the staffs and the students in the G-MEO institutions, and I'm very happy to introduce to you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. And last.
Hello everyone. My name is Yi, and you can also call me Sophia. Currently, I'm a junior student of my university in Hong Kong, and I am local in Chengdu, but recently I've been living in Hong Kong, but due to the coronavirus, I came back to my hometown. And I am the intern of G-MEO since the spring program, and I'm also here to continue this internship. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So we have some questions prepared. So let's get started. So we kind of already went through that. Question number 2 that we have is, what is your favorite thing about Chengdu? Do you want to get started, Tianyu?
Yeah, sure. So my favorite thing is the food, because past few years I have studied in Seattle for my high school, and there are a lot of Chinese restaurant that owned by the Chinese people, but they came from Chengdu, and they cook very good food, and their food is very famous in China, because the taste and the most of the food are spicy but tastes very good. So that's why Chinese like eating Chengdu food. So when I came here, I eat every day. Even I call the food delivery, but I still feel um, very satisfied. So that's my favorite thing about Chengdu.
Great. Sophia?
Yeah. My favorite thing about Chengdu is the slow-paced lifestyle. I like to hang out with my friends to a tea house, a local tea house in Chengdu. It is located at the People's Park. We would like to spend the whole afternoon and drink tea and chat here, just to slow our life and to enjoy the Chengdu characteristics. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think the atmosphere is a lot different from like Beijing or Shanghai. It's a lot more slow pace. And Sarah, what about you?
Okay, yeah. For me, I think as mentioned earlier, my hometown is Leshan, which is also famous for a lot of yummy food. So I might look at Chengdu a little bit different. So, but for me, I really like Chengdu. One of the reasons is that I do like the great balance for the people who are living here, a good balance of life and work, and also the city itself with a good balance of modern and traditional essence. Traditional essence. For example, you could always see the skyscrapers, very high, tall buildings with a modern essence, but at the same time, you could also see like wide and narrow alley, a lot of buildings or like streets with traditional essence. So yeah, that's something I really like about the city. Uh-huh.
All right, great. Thank you, everyone. We can go on to the next question. So this question, I guess, would be for Tianyu and Sarah. What surprised you most about Chengdu when you first came?
So the mostly is when I came to here, people are very friendly. They are not afraid of to talk. I bring my dog to Chengdu, and the first time when I hang out with my dog, they just came to say hi to me and chat with me about my dog and where I came from and how's life in Chengdu. So I like the atmosphere, and it's very easily to get my own social circle quickly, right? In a unfamiliar place. So I love Chengdu, and I think for most of foreigners who come to Chengdu, it's a very good start for everyone.
Yeah, it's a very welcoming place. Sarah?
Yep. Like to be frank, personally, I don't think there is really something surprise to me. I mean, when I first came to Chengdu, because like Chengdu is the capital of Sichuan province, and my hometown is part of Sichuan province as well. So not really that much surprise to me. But I would like to share a little bit about what our previous alumni, our foreign students, when they came to Chengdu, I chatted with them and they share some of their perspectives with me as a foreigner. So they say something really surprised to them is like how welcoming the people, the local people, the Chengdu people, uh, like they are having a very welcoming attitude towards the uh, foreigners. Yeah, so very nice, very kind. If you need any, they would always like come to you asking you like, do you need any help? If they, yeah, if you're there, they feel that you're in need of any help.
Yeah, I agree. As a foreigner who's been to Chengdu, I thought everybody was so friendly. Even like my first day there, a woman saw me and she bought me lunch because she had a dream the night before that she would meet a foreigner, and she met me the next day in the restaurant and bought my food for me. So even the first day, I had such a warm welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, next, can you guys tell us a little bit about everyday life like in Chengdu? So what's it like living in the city? Do you want to start, Sophia?
Actually, the everyday life in Chengdu, for me, as for now, just I spend most of my day working at G-MEO, but after after work, I will I will get back home and walk my dogs. After walking my dogs, I will just cook my dinner, and then I will go to gym to shape my body, and then um, come back home and just sleep. The life is really simple in Chengdu.
Great. How about you, Sarah?
For me, like for me personally, I think like get up, having breakfast, and commute to the commute to G-MEO, and then yeah, then travel back after work. But I do find that this question it really depends on the answer to this question. It really depends on the age of like people are having. For those, I mean, in general, if you're senior people here, if you're traveling here You could see the senior people here. They could enjoy their life a lot, dancing, singing, or doing morning exercises like jogging or playing tai chi in the park, or even on the campus or in your nearby neighborhood. But for the younger generations like us, we either go to school very early, right? Commute to school and back home, or like us, commute to work and then get back home. So yeah, this part I think it really depends on the age of the people. Mm.
That's
But I think what makes this city very special among people all over China is that here Chengdu, the people they do social and networking, or the way that they relax themselves, or like they really like drinking tea or playing mahjong in the park. This is how they like part of their everyday life, even that they wanted to build some like to do some business talk communication with others. They would like to invite some of them to go to some tea house, or or yeah, and play mahjong while talking some business uh, parts. Yeah, this is I think something I would like to share about not only our commuting life, but the professional life part.
definitely. And for Tianyu, you're currently a G-MEO student. So what's your everyday life like for you?
Yeah, so for students, I think the most, because as we said, Chengdu, the life is very slow, going very slow, and the biggest thing for me every day is to pick what kind of food I'm going to eat for the lunch or the dinners. After that is like asking my friend, where do you want to go hang out? I think that's my life every day right now, because the class is not too difficult, and the professor are nice, and we don't have pretty much we don't have any assignments, and assignment is pretty easy if you listen to class. Yeah.
Sounds like a good life. All right, for question 5, what's something unique about Chengdu that most tourists wouldn't know? Or what would you want to share with tourists that you wouldn't normally see on like a travel guide? What's some fun spots or fun things to do? You want to start, Sarah?
Hmm. Actually, yeah, when I was looking at this question, I discussed a little bit with our colleagues as well. But we finally realized something really unique for the tourist that they might don't know. Probably is where they could find the real yummy food. I mean, not the five-star hotel, not the very fancy restaurants, but you just probably you need to go to some to ask the locals like taxi drivers or some other like aunties walking on the street nearby in your neighborhood, the kind of street food. That would be the most yummy part. You could not search online. You could not like find the answers on the internet, but you have to talk with the locals and get to know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good tip. Sophia, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with Sarah, and I want to see more about the food. Because I think the most yummy food in Chengdu is not what is popular and mostly discussed online, but I think it's just simply some streets close to the local universities. Yeah, I think you will find the most local and typical yummy food of Chengdu. And another thing I would like to recommend is just like I mentioned before, it's about the tea house. Actually, the tea house is called Heming Tea House. Actually, we have film a video in the spring program. You can find that in our G-MEO video channels. We went to the Heming Tea House at People's Park, and we experienced the most local Chengdu lifestyle here. So if you are a tourist to Chengdu for the first time, I recommend you to come to here to experience the most local Chengdu lifestyle. Yeah.
Thank you. And Tianyu, what about you?
So for me, I want to share 3 years ago, when I first time came to Chengdu for my a friend's birthday party, he invited us to a hot pot restaurant, and I saw the medium hot is okay for everyone, like even okay for me. But when I first time try the medium hot, I have to dip the water with the food so I can eat it. So I would recommend people who, if you cannot eat spicy food, please just choose first one star or light spicy or without spicy. In Chengdu, spicy ranking is totally different with other areas. So that's my license.
That's really good sharing. That's really important for the tourist, I think.
Definitely.
If any of our students are planning to come to Chengdu, yeah, definitely, I think hot pot try the first try of your hot pot. Be careful with that, and then yeah, talk to the locals. That's true.
Great. Okay. We kind of already went over this, but does anyone have any information to volunteer about any activities that you would recommend to someone coming to Chengdu for the first time?
Sophia, you wanted to recommend, or
If you
yeah,
have
local?
anything else, you don't have to.
My answer is quite similar to the
Scenic.
last. Yeah, I recommend them to go to the local house. Yeah.
All right. We can, I think, move on to the next one. So we touched on this a little bit, but I'd like to hear more about what attitude Chengdu people have towards foreigners. So what do they think about foreigners? How do they feel about tourists or students who are studying Chinese? Do you want to start, Sarah?
Yes, I think we covered a little bit about this question before. Yeah, people in general here, they are really nice, kind, friendly to foreigners who are coming to Chengdu, either staying in Chengdu or just visiting Chengdu. But yeah, there are still some top tips that you might, I mean, some probably culture shock, or you feel a little bit weird at very beginning if you're a foreigner. So for example, if you're an African American, because you have very quite different hairstyle, so you might experience when you are walking on the street, they would stare at you a little bit and might come to you out of curiosity to say, hey, may I touch your hair? Or yeah, is your hair real, or something like that, those kind of questions. But the people, they do this, they have no, not at all any mean intention, but just do it out of curiosity. And they might invite you to like take photos with them, and then they probably and share with their friends or in their WeChat moments. That's kind of thing that the people here, they would like to do while they are yeah, having foreigners around. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And maybe some people will want to talk to you like to practice their English, or because they're
Yeah.
curious about your culture or where you're from. So it's very common, I think, for people to be very social and very friendly with foreigners.
Yeah, actually, part of the reason why people they do this here is because Chengdu City is not like as internationalized as Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, where they could see a lot of foreigners. So yeah, Chengdu is on the way to getting very internationalized, but still a little bit. I mean, yeah, in the process.
Great. Okay, what about you, Sophia? Anything else?
I think Chengdu people are always friendly to foreigners. Even though most of the local Chengdu citizens they cannot speak English, even they cannot speak Mandarin, most of them just speak Sichuan dialect. But they try their best to communicate with the foreigners. And the most funny way is about they use a calculator to negotiate the price with foreigners. Just put a number on the calculator and give the foreigner, and the foreigner put back, yeah, just like this way. And actually, I went to G-MEO to be a volunteer in 2019, and at that time, I needed to go to the airport to pick up some foreign students here, and I bring my grandma with me together, and that is the first time my grandma had a chance to got in touch with a foreigner, and she was really excited and look forward to meet the student here. And after I picked up our student, the foreign student gave my grandma a big hug, and my grandma was really happy and enjoying it. And when she went back to her hometown, she shared this experience with her friends, and her friends was really admiring about this experience. That is, I think that is one of most proud things of my grandma. Yeah, and another experience is about when I was doing my part-time job at the McDonald's. Um, Actually, the McDonald's of the community that the McDonald's located at um, has a lot of foreigners live here. So every time we need to communicate with a lot of foreigners, but I was the only um, I was the only one who can speak English. So my managers told me that when I before I came here, they just use these gestures to communicate with the foreigners. So I think Chengdu people are always trying their best to communicate with them and show their enthusiasm to the foreigners. So just come to Chengdu and enjoy our warmth. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like as a foreigner, no matter what your level of Chinese speaking is, it doesn't matter because people are always so welcome and accommodating and trying to help you feel comfortable. Tian Yu, what's your thoughts on this?
I think they covered the most of the things. They have very good answers.
All right.
By the way, Stephanie, actually, while Sophia was sharing her experience, like some cases that really reminded me some of interesting cases that I experienced before, but which is related to one of the previous question. What surprised you most when coming to Chengdu? That really recalled me one case. I mean, for our previous students, they told me that they were very surprised to see like how fashionable. I mean, the ladies, the Chengdu ladies, that they were wearing. You know, and like our students usually wear T-shirts and jeans, right? Those kind of stuff. But they noticed they were surprised, very surprised to find that even for the shared bike riding, the local ladies, they they were very fashionable dressing and still and driving the shared bike. So that's something was very surprising for the tourists, especially the foreigners. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially I think Americans like to dress down. Like usually going to the store, it's always like shorts, t-shirt. So it must be really surprising to see first time.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the question number 8, how is the studying and working environment in Chengdu? What's it like, or what are the pros and cons? And I start, Chenyu,
So
or
as
is
I
it just
said, it's pretty relaxing. You have you spend time on studying, but most of the time you need to social. Otherwise, you will be bored in your apartment or in the dorm. So
so
that's
it's just a
I
lot
kind
of
of my advice. Yeah,
going out to eat and enjoying Chengdu life?
yeah.
So to me, what about you, Sophia, working as an intern in Chengdu?
Like the working environment in Chengdu. Actually, to be an intern of G-MEO is my first full internship experience of my whole life. I really enjoying the internship here, and I really made a lot of friends here because actually last year, I mean the 2020, because of the coronavirus, I needed to have my online classes at home. And actually, for the whole semester, I did not meet so many people and just um just stay at home and play with my dogs. I feel really bored and actually quite confused about my life. And then Lily invited me to be an internship since the spring program. I really made a lot of friends, and I work with them, and after work we plan to go outside and hang out together. I really enjoying the life and the working environment here. Actually, it's about Gmail. Yeah.
Great. And Sarah, what do you think?
For me, the work environment, I don't think that people here are really working hard, but still playing hard. Like we work really hard from Monday to Friday, and but for the weekend, we do wanted to spend some time with our families, and we usually hang out with our friends, invite our friends to go to the suburbs, to the counties, to have like a barbecue outside of the city. Yeah, because it's hard to do barbecue in downtown, but we could always find somewhere we enjoy the barbecue, or we went fishing. Yeah, we go fishing at the suburbs, or like go swimming, or do all those kind of things to relax. So played really hard after working really hard. Yeah.
It sounds like a good work-life balance. And even if you're busy at work, you still have time to go out and enjoy Chengdu.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So can you all tell me a little bit about the Chengdu High Tech Zone? Because I know some students may be interested in traveling to Chengdu in the future for internship or work. So what is that like?
Actually, so Chengdu High Tech Zone is okay, from the government perspective, they do wanted to build this kind of area to be the kind of like first class one, the top class high tech park um, in nationwide. So the government invested a lot of money, and also like help brought in a lot of international corporations. Um, yeah, they put together. They wanted to do have like high tech related IT companies, and the biology companies, all those kind of yeah, high tech related companies. They brought it in, even like bring in some startups. Like they build a lot of incubators for people who really wanted to run their own business, have their own startups. They have some projects, but they don't have that much money to to make the project happen. So the government will provide a lot of support for those kind of entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Cool. And I don't know if you have anything to add, Sophia or Chengdu, if you want to jump in, either of you, say something about it.
I'm not really familiar with the high-tech zone, so.
Okay, yeah, I figured it's more of Sarah's area of expertise.
Yeah, same. I just hear that they have many new buildings. That's all.
Yeah,
Alright.
a lot of new buildings. Yeah. A lot of Fortune 500 companies were brought in and based here in the high tech zone. So I think, yeah, according to the recent statistics, there are about 300 plus Fortune 500 companies who were brought in and based in this area here in Chengdu. I mean.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us to our final question about international corporations in Chengdu. So do you have anything to say about the internationalization of Chengdu and sort of opportunities for foreign interns or employees?
Yeah. So like Chengdu is in the process of getting internationalized, so the government really pay a lot of attention and provide a lot of resources to attract some more international corporations to be in Chengdu, like either build a factory or settle down their offices. So I think Chengdu is a city with a lot of internship opportunities as well as the entrepreneurship opportunities. Yeah. They really encourage people to come, the international talents. Actually, a few days ago, I was invited to for a meeting. The government would like to invite even like G-MEO to be based in the high-tech zone in area, and they wanted to bring a lot of international talents to Chengdu.
Great, yeah, because Chengdu is already such a big city. It makes sense that they're bringing more and more foreign talent to Chengdu to sort of work together and make it even bigger and even better.
That's true.
Okay, so Sophia and Tianyu, do you have anything to add?
I think international corporations in my mind is because I have seen a lot of a top 500 enterprise in Chengdu. They have set up companies in Chengdu. I think that's a very good opportunities for like student who study abroad to visit or to have an internship in the future.
Yeah, actually, we used to have quite a few students from America who did internship with the international corporations like Unilever and and Lafarge and those kind of international corporations like Fortune 500.
Where is Laowai here, international corporation?
Yeah, Lawa here is also international corporation. Yeah, but since the two I mentioned just now is the Fortune 500. Lawa here is an international corporation, but the size, the corporation size is comparatively smaller.
Yeah, I'm sure that once we're all able to travel again, we'll have more and more of our G-MEO students intern at international corporations in Chengdu as well.
Yeah. We are like for G-MEO, we have built quite a lot of collaboration with those international corporations. So yeah, if any of our students are interested in applying for international internship, yeah, we would be happy to host you here.
Sounds great. Okay, so I think that's about the end. That's all the questions that I had ready for you guys. So I want to thank you so much for coming and taking the time to share your experience with us. I hope the students watching got something out of this. And if you have any questions, you can contact me or Sarah, and we can help you out. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.